So the last one has moved in and they're ready to go here. 1600 metres for the ATB Horse of the Year Cup 2017-18, and they're ready to go now. The field of 10 at the 1600 metres is set and they're racing. And one of the first to go was Serious Suspect. He's jumped out well along with his stablemate Perugia, and they've paired off the two of them to take the early supremacy as they travel through the first 100 metres. In third place was Carraganair, getting up along the inside, and then a length and a half further back to Social Spin. It was closely followed in the race then by further back there to Connery. Now they're a couple of lengths in advance of the French galloper Tiberian, who's settled with Mr. Moneybags. A length and a half further back to Misty C. They're followed behind them by the grey Silver Stratum. And as usual, Yogi, you can't see him, he's about 3 or 4 lengths back at the tail end of the field. It's Perugia and Serious Suspect sharing the lead here in the ATB Horse of the Year. Had a couple of lengths, Carraganair getting a nice run in third. Social Spin and then a length and a half to Connery. They were followed by Tiberian, who's on the inside of Mr. Moneybags. They travel together. A couple in advance of Misty C, then Silver Stratum, and still Yogi is at the back end of the field. They've got to halfway inside the 800 metres. Perugia and Serious Suspect leading it. Carraganair third. Fourth is Social Spin, Connery. Now the French galloper Tiberian's got to the outside. He's making his run now. Mr. Moneybags is following him into it, followed by Misty C, the grey Silver Stratum, and Yogi is still getting hurled along, but he's making his move also. They're up to the turn, and Serious Suspect took a narrow lead. Trying hard, Perugia on the inside, and Tiberian and Mr. Moneybags are starting to come down the outside. From a long way back, Yogi runs on. Tiberian, the French galloper, hit the lead. Mr. Moneybags is after him. It's Tiberian just in front. Mr. Moneybags is coming at him. Tiberian just. Mr. Moneybags is trying to come over the top. They draw to the wire and it's a dead heat. Can't split him. Tiberian, the French galloper who just missed last year, is in a dead heat here with Mr. Moneybags. You couldn't split him. Yogi into third. Then Silver Stratum, followed by Perugia, Serious Suspect, then Connery, Carraganair, Social Spin, and Misty C at the end. Called for the photo, and there looked absolutely nothing in this. Mr. Moneybags, Tiberian, now he ran second in the race last year, the ATB Horse of the Year. He looks to have dead heated here. Could not split them, Mr. Moneybags and Tiberian. And, oh gee, the judge is taking a bit of time here. This is not clear cut at all. He's got the magnifying glass out, trying to split Mr. Moneybags, who's had 13 starts for the season for 4 wins and 2 placings. He was, of course, the Silver Bowl final winner. And Tiberian, who's got a couple of group wins, the French galloper. And Mr. Moneybags has got it. The judge has split them. Mr. Moneybags has won the ATB Horse of the Year. Well, you couldn't split them at the post, but the judge has. Mr. Moneybags has got the verdict here. 4 wins for the season for ATB. Over Tiberian in a photo. Yogi finishes third in the ATB Horse of the Year Cup this year.